We got to be some of the rudest streamers. Painting
Yeah.
streamers around.
I keep hearing about all these people streaming. I don't know where to find them. I see them on Facebook a lot. Or people saying, I painted this on stream on Facebook.
Hmm. They're probably doing it on Twitch.
Mm.
Oh, jeez. I'm really getting some ads today.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Alright, what will I paint today on this guy? I think I am going to... I should paint the inside of his chest, just so that it's done, so that when I paint the tubes, I don't have to worry about getting painting around them.
You don't sound very excited to do that.
No, I mean, I really want to get to the red on almost all of the mechanical bits.
Mm-hmm.
And what color will I use?
Orange.
Purple.
Lucky bat. Oois woois.
Ooh! Ooh woo. Or you know what? Maybe I'll paint the armor grayscale so that it looks kind of like metal. Because it does kind of look like a medieval breastplate. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah.
I am just finishing up my truck. Got it almost done yesterday.
I'm almost done with 3 basing videos, which feels like I'm not done with anything.
Oh my god.
They only feel done when they're done.
Yes. Yeah, and I was earlier today. I mean, and after the stream, I'm finishing up the Wednesday video. It's looking good though.
Dr. Drokel. Medieval breastplate. Age of Sigmar confirmed. Yeah. Yeah, this guy is from Sigmar. Age of Sigmar confirmed. Now I need some white paint.
Joey Flores, good morning, everyone. Wait, evening, though, morning somewhere. That's true. That's why I'm drinking, because it's morning.
Come on, acrylic paint.
Speaking of drinking.
Ah, nice.
Santa brought me burp waters.
Drinking the Malta.
Nope. No thanks.
Yeah, Malta is yeah.
I do want to try all of the other Malta suggestions, though. That would be fun.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, you know what I did last night? I watched the first episode of Sweet Home, the Korean
Alabama?
No, the Korean horror show on Netflix. Crazy good.
And how is that?
Crazy good. It's based on a comic book, and I read the first chapter of the comic book, and it was decent, although I thought that the art was pretty kind of amateur-y, but holy cow, the show is phenomenal. It's so bizarre. It's this group of people who all live in a crappy apartment building with real weird stuff going on. Like, they all have metal doors. Like, it feels a little bit more like a prison. I think it's supposed to be, like, kind of low-income housing. Joyfire. Not the zombie one in Feudal Times, right? No, not that one. And one day, they find that they are locked in the building. And there's bars on all of the exits because, for some reason, a percentage of the population has turned into horrible monsters. And it's not just like, oh yeah, they all turn into like weird aliens. Like, no, like they all turn into a weird, unique, and horrible monster. Like, one woman who just was hungry, I guess, like that was her thing. She just becomes like a crazy cannibal woman. Another person's mouth just grows huge, and their tongue becomes like a weapon that can suck all the blood out of someone. And like no one knows what's going on, and it's super bizarre and weird. Oh my gosh, it's great. I cannot wait to watch more of it. And the apparently seemingly the protagonist is this kid who wants to kill himself.
Oh.
But presumably he won't, because like survival instincts.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. Really enjoy it. It's so bizarre, and there's all sorts of great practical effects and oddness. And the dub, there's a dubbing on Netflix. I don't know if Netflix also has the Korean version with English subtitles, but I watched the first episode in dubbed, and it's not bad. Not bad at all.
I can't hear you. Ooh. Hello?
Can you hear me? I'm talking. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ah, good.
That was odd. I have no idea what you said. I don't know what changed.
Dr. Trokel? Yeah, I hit no buttons. Dr. Trokel, actually, my front door is made of metal, and from watching the news, I can see a lot of our current population has turned into monsters. I guess I'm in the show. Yeah. But it's I love shows. I love like siege movies where it's a group of people who are under siege and they have to make decisions and figure stuff out on what to do. Those are great. Assault on Precinct 13, to a certain extent, the Poseidon Adventures is also follows that. 30 Days of Night. Yeah.
Assault on Black Reach.
Assault on Black Reach, of course. You know, the infamous.
Classic. Interesting. Would I like it?
I don't know. It's kind of like a thriller. There's a wonderful scene where there's a guy talking to a girl, and you're scared for the girl, and then she leaves, and all of a sudden you're scared for the guy, and then the guy leaves, and you're scared for another guy, and it just kind of keeps trading. And I think it's great. Dr. Jokel, Dread is a Siege movie? Dread is an awesome Siege movie. Dread is great. And I love the monsters. They're so weird. Like there's a, it feels very anime. The one of the monsters that has a, its tongue like sucks all the blood out of you. It like sticks somebody and lifts them up, and then it sucks them dry like a juice box. And then you see their body, and they're all kind of like shrunk.
Mm.
Like it's a horror, but it doesn't seem to be taking itself that seriously.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other good Siege movies?
That does sound like fun.
To a certain extent, the movie Armored, where they're holed up in a building with all the money. It's too bad we don't have Kilgore with us. He'd rattle off 10.
Mm-hmm.
And has already seen all 10 episodes of Sweet Home.
Exactly.
Apparently, Under Siege 1 and 2, debatable nowadays whether they're good or not. I don't think I've seen Under Siege. I've seen The Little Mermaid sing Under the Sea, but that's not quite the same.
Under the Siege?
Mm-hmm. Or no, that's the crab sings that. Ariel can't sing. Or no, she can sing, but she gives it up.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie since I was like 8.
Yeah.
The Salinator. What color should I paint my guardsmen? Whatever color you'd like. Do you have the Imperial Guard Codex? You could look at some color schemes in there. Or you could try to come
Orange.
up with... yeah, or orange. You could try to come up with a backstory. Like maybe they wear camouflage based on the landscape of their planet.
And they live on an orange planet.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Jokel. Under Siege 1 and 2 were Steven Seagal movies. 2 was the first movie where I realized they were speeding up the footage of him, quote-unquote, fighting. Ah! Was that wasn't the movie where, like, a medicine that turned you into a super soldier leaked into the water? Because that's a Steven Seagal movie that I've seen. That sounds like that might be it. Is there a super soldier serum? Ah, Seagal.
Yeah.
It's weird how
Tom Segura likes to make fun of him. Like crazy.
It's hilarious. Like a lot of people love to like ask questions like, "Ooh, who would win, Chuck Norris or Bruce Lee?" No one asks if Steven Seagal or anyone else would win. I wonder if because they think he's too tough, that he would just immediately beat anyone. Oh, Seagal. Blast Action Out of Justice is my favorite Seagal movie. He gets very Italian in that film. Dr. Drogle. No, I don't think so. The first one was all on a ship versus bad guys, and the second was all on a train versus bad guys. And then part 3 is going to be it's all on a plane versus bad guys. TK's 3D prints. Hello, everyone! The Salinator. Steven Seagal versus Sly Marbo. Oh, Sly Marbo would win in a heartbeat. I mean, Sly Marbo is just Rambo. Zerix609. Hello, Eons and Nick. I have a question. The colors of the helmets of the Space Marines can be different from what the Codex shows. Well, the Codex probably shows Ultramarines, and the Ultramarines stick pretty strictly to the Codex Astartes and how it tells them to paint their stuff. So usually a Space Marine will have a helmet that matches their armor. So for Ultramarines, blue. And then a Sergeant will have a red helmet. A Veteran will have a white helmet. A Lieutenant will have a red helmet with a white stripe. And then a Commander will usually have a gold helmet or some similarly ornate helmet. But those are often the colors. There's some variety, like the Blood Angels Devastator squads paint their helmets blue. And I think all Minotaurs have, like, bronze helmets, no matter what rank they are. The first Under Siege did have Gary Busey and Tommy Lee Jones in it. Wow, star-studded cast. Love Tommy Lee. The Salinator. Would painting the face of a guardsman a metallic color look like a mask work? It could, especially maybe if you dot the eyes with black. There's actually a Imperial Guardsman regiment called the Imperial Janissaries, and they all wear silver masks. Maccabean Janissaries, I think. That's what they're called.
It's very macabre.
TK's 3D prints, lol Codex. Ah well, looks like all my 40k characters will not be following the Codex. Blast action. What color is the Sergeant's helmets for Blood Angels? I don't know. They might be gold. I feel like I see a lot of gold helmets running around in Blood Angels.
Just the helmets, though.
Yeah, with two little feet sticking out the
bottom.
around. The Blinker Maximus. Good afternoon.
Ooh. Afternoon for you, night for us.
Yeah. I wish it was afternoon, then I'd have longer to work on the videos.
Me too.
Dude. I think we can all agree, though, that Steven Seagal is the greatest action star of all time. Everyone's favorite.
The Salzinator, do you plan on doing battle reports?
Probably
Kinda.
we'll try some eventually.
Oh, I would like to. Well, we'll have painted armies.
We will. We will definitely have fully painted armies. The only thing is, it's really hard to make battle reports interesting. I know that they work in general, because mini wargaming has a business out of battle reports.
Mm-hmm.
But generally on YouTube, battle reports just don't do amazing. Because I think they're boring and hard to watch.
Although, I mean, a lot of people watch them.
A lot of people watch them.
There's I think Play on Tabletop has some of the best.
There's a few people who do it well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's people who really try.
Yeah.
Then is Gweltkeken?
Got it.
I'm from Germany and I love your content. Well, thanks.
Hey. We butchered your name, but we like that you like the content.
The Blinker Maximus. I find battle reports entertaining. What are your favorite battle reports? Because I know some people do just a camera and they film the whole battle report. Some people do end of turn wrap-ups. Some people do a really good job of like editing down a battle reports, like Play on Tabletop. Mm-hmm. Those are usually the three. I think I find my favorite is the end of turn wrap up. Because I just can't follow, especially when the camera's moving all over the board. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what people need to roll.
Yeah. I find a lot of a lot of channels, they don't establish what the board is very well.
Mm-hmm. And if you get the camera in too close, you don't know what's going on the board. But if you have the camera too far away, you can't look at the models and how cool everything is.
Mm-hmm. Midwinter Minis does the best battle reports.
I've watched a couple of his. They're pretty good. They were pretty much. He helps himself out by doing very low points games, like 500 points.
Mm-hmm. Which I think might be the best. That's a good number of points.
I think though a lot of people don't like that he's not very competitive, because it seems like that's what a lot of people also look for in battle reports.
Interesting. I guess it is. It probably is more exciting to watch two people be a little competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could do like a fight to the death.
Yeah,
whoever loses dies.
For real.
That'd be for real. Like that's pretty competitive.
Mm-hmm. Death to the know-it-all. I prefer the battle reports that cut out the less important stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Denise watches Tabletop Tactics a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see the Start Collections sets face off. That'd be especially once they all come out. The especially like the ones that are like 500 points out of the box. Because like if the Necron Start Collecting went up against the Orc Start Collecting, the Necron would win 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
In one of them, you get a Catacomb Command Barge with an Overlord, and the other one you get a Pain Boy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even illegal.
No.
Like, there's no war boss.
Yeah. I wonder, are they going to put Gut Rippa in it? I know on Bella Lost Souls, they were probably on the Bella Lost Souls was probably reporting on the Warhammer community that there is an orc model on the way that we don't know about. Because they showed some footage, like that showed off a little bit of orc that was not the it was not that $35 model.
Interesting.
So maybe they're planning on making a new war boss, because I know there's, I think, Gut Rippa, the one with the squig, the attack squig.
Yes,
that's the
that
one you can
one's
get,
really good.
or the old resin one. That's tiny now.
Mm-hmm.
They should put that one in. Craig Turpin. Hey, peeps.
Hey, Krieg.
Death to the Know-It-All. I like narrative battle reports like the Crusade ones, where the hosts try to have a story. Ooh, neat. Whoever loses has to do the metallic edging on a Warlord Titan. No, that sounds like fun. They have to do the metallic edging on Chaos Space Marines.
Yep.
That sounds like a nightmare. What if you took regular Space Marines, but everything was trim? Gotta get the Piety and Pain battle box when it comes out. That is true. It does come with a vehicle, a squad, and a hero each.
Mm-hmm.
And an elite? Well, I suppose witches and furies are worth the same as one Battle Sister squad.
Mm-hmm.
I did hear some people complain, though, and it seems a little justified that those are models that also come in the Start Collecting. So that's kind of a bummer.
You can't win them all.
Yeah. I get it, though. They probably should have put something that wasn't in there. So that people who bought a Start Collecting it would be more attractive to them.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're still having trouble from their corona shortages when they shut down for 6 months.
Mm. Yeah, how dare they?
Yeah. I think that seeing the rolls is the most important bit, along with filming it by hand instead of just putting a camera face down above the table. See, I think the rolls are the least important. Do you know how many times you have to roll? Like, you have to roll many, many times for everything, and I just can't keep...
I'm too dumb to know what's going on.
Yeah,
so
I can do it when
pay
I'm
attention.
playing, because that's all I'm focusing on. But usually if I'm watching an hour-long battle report, I'm only half paying attention, and if I'm only half paying attention, I have no idea what they have to roll, in the wound phase of firing shuriken catapults at a whatever. I just wait for them to be like, yay, or, oh. That's how I know what they rolled.
Yay!
The Salinators. Chaos Space Marines are super cool, though. Yes, they are.
They're cool. I mean, I think they're cooler than normal Space Marines.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys hyped for Warhammer Old World? Not really. Never played classic Warhammer.
Yep.
Age of Sigmar.
I mean, we
really
could.
Cool.
We have
could.
the I don't even know what edition box set.
Mm-hmm.
For Warhammer Fantasy.
The 2016 box set for Age of Fantasy.
Well, probably before that.
Wow.
It was high school, 2013.
Collector's edition.
Yeah. Never played a game of Fantasy, even though I own the starter set.
Mm-hmm. The Blinker Maximus. Seraphon might be able to do something for once. I heard that Seraphon was really good this edition in Age of Sigmar. I was watching some YouTube videos about tactics.
Yeah, I would love a good Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't played it, but maybe soon.
Yeah.
Maybe soon. If I finish all my other stuff. If I'm a good boy and eat all my vegetables, I'll get to play some Sigmar.
Mm-hmm. Suddenly Sigmar, it purified me. Suddenly Sigmar. If anyone knows what show tune that is.
That one comes up a lot, I feel like.
It
On our
does.
streams and in our lives.
It's one of the only musicals I like.
Yep.
Check out the Warhammer community site. A new post about Bretonnians released a few days ago. Bretonnians are coming back? That's amazing. If they bring back Wood Elves, I think Scott the Miniature Maniac is going to go crazy. He's going to drop $5,000 on him. What do you think of the Alfarius model on Forge World and the Alpha Legion models too? Alfarius is the one with the... He's got like his armor looks like scale mail, and he's got a trident sort of thing. He's stabbing into a space marine. I think that's Alfarius. I think that model's really cool. I know the whole thing with them is like they're chameleons and they can make themselves look like other chapters. Some people have done some pretty cool conversions where it's like a space marine of a different chapter, but half of it is an Alpha Legion in disguise. It's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolfen I'm painting have so much detail. Yes, they do. The Blinker Maximus. The rolls for the attacks are what matter. That way the viewer gets a sense of how good a weapon is in actuality instead of how it is on paper. That's true, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I can't follow it.
Mm-hmm.
I see someone rolling, all right, 3 ups to hit, 3 ups to wound, and that's all. And sometimes if they don't say it out loud blatantly like that, I have no earthly idea. I can't follow along with 2 armies at the same time.
I wonder if there was maybe graphics or something supporting it. It would kind of start making some sense.
I think that I'd still rather just know what happened. Like, 3 died.
I do think it's a very good point. It is if you are like, let's say you watch that game and then you're going to play a game later that day. Maybe it'd be nice to know what might happen. If you have a specific weapon.
So the next logical step for Games Workshop would be either 40k Age of Sigmar crossover, right? Either a ship crashes on Sigmar World or a magical portal opens in 40k. That'd be a super fun book release. Like they bring out a book that tells you how to cross over the game systems.
I was thinking like a children's book.
Oh. I really want to read one of those 40k children's books.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly they don't suck.
Mm-hmm. It does sound pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people are not happy with the wussification of 40k, taking away Lilith's thong.
Mm-hmm.
Saying racists shouldn't be in the hobby.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Pussification. Is it pussification or wussification?
Both. The map they showed on Warhammer Communities showed the Wood Elf Kingdom. Holy cow. I haven't listened to the new episode of Trapped Under Plastic, but I wonder if they bring it up. Scott and Ninjan. I don't think Scott keeps up much with news, but Ninjan does.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Drokel. Suddenly Seymour is pretty good. But for me, it's all about Skid Row.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good one. I like that one too. Love Little Shop.
Little shop of horror. I like Mean Green Mother.
That one's good too. There's a lot of hits in that one.
They are.
I would say.
Remember when Bill Murray played a pervert in that movie?
Yep.
The Eye of Terror opens further in the 41st millennium, where many of the loyalist forces of the Imperium find themselves caught in the midst of a battle in the old worlds. The Blinker Maximus. I went and bought some Saurus Knights to convert into 6 Salamanders. For them only a week later to have each model increased by 30 points to make my list 180 points over.
Oh, man. You should throw them out.
Yeah. The Blinker Maximus. Saying racists shouldn't be in the hobby is so silly. The golden children of Games Workshop are literally space Nazis. Yeah. I think they're trying to make a difference between fictional fascism and real life fascism. Mm-hmm. For some reason. Little Shop has a banger soundtrack all the way through.
Surprisingly enough, that was the review from the 70s.
Mm-hmm. The 40k children's book. There were 4 rounds left in the bolter. Can you count them? 1, 2, 3, 4. That means you can kill 4 heretics. Let's count the dead heretics. 1. The Salinator. Would my liver be an acceptable payment for Total War Warhammer 40k? Probably not. That's probably not enough.
Good old selling organs again.
Mm-hmm. AR. They make 40k children's books. It's called Warhammer Adventures. Yeah, I really wanna do a book review of them. It's hard to believe a 40k children's books would be good, just because 40k is so not a children's game. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is. You know, it's got toys, but I'm
sure you can find a little bit of cute in everything.
Mm-hmm. Now you see, kids, this person had was bad, and so they were so they had their brain removed so that they could become a living computer, and their job is to open the door.
Yay!
We used a human for that.
Mm-hmm.
Denise, do you play Games Workshop systems? Like the games? Not a whole lot, but I've been known to play 40k and almost played a game of Kill Team.
You've looked at it from afar?
I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I would not say no to an Age of Sigmar. Or any game, really.
Mm-hmm.
I'd play a game with the drop of a hat. I remember one time I literally played X-Wing at the drop of a hat. I remember it was like the morning and I got a call from my friend, and he's like, hey, we're going to play this game called X-Wing. Have you ever heard of it? And I said, I'll be there in an hour. And I drove to the mall and I bought everything. And then showed up, and literally I was taking it out of the packaging like a couple hours later.
That's really funny.
Mm-hmm. The Blinker Maximus. Cute equals burning flesh. I totally agree. Ooh. When lockdown is over, me and my friend that also play Necrons are going to remake the Battle for the Divine in the Infinites. From the Divine in the Infinite. That's the book. The Necron book from Black Library.
Very cool.
I own it. I got to read it one of these days. AR. I'm hoping for a new, decent 40k tabletop RPG. That'd be cool. I know they came out with Inquisitor, which was it was in a bigger scale than 40k, and it was really cool. It came out with some really neat models, and I think it flopped horribly, but I think they should bring it back still, because I want to paint a Space Marine that's in like 50 millimeter. You can still get some of the models. The Space Marine and Inquisitors go for big bucks, but there were also kind of other models that weren't as popular, like Argo Flagellants. And
Jeez, what a name.
Servitors and Assassins that you can still get for reasonable money. But
how much is reasonable?
Probably like $50 a model. Maybe a little less if it's painted.
Interesting.
Dr. Trokel. Jay, they made toys back in the day for Alien, Predator, RoboCop, Terminator, Rambo, and a myriad of other R-rated media. Everything is child-friendly if you try hard enough. That's a good point. It's not like I had a Predator toy when I was little. I also had an Alien. And yeah, it's not like
and you turned out great.
Yeah, no, but it's not like that killed the franchise. So I guess that 40k could introduce a little bit of child content without sacrificing much of anything. I would say if you want grimdark 40k, probably don't read the 40k Adventures or whatever they were called that someone just reminded me of that I already forgot. Warhammer Adventures? That doesn't sound right.
I don't remember either.
They need to give us a new rogue trader, in my honest opinion. In my opinion. Probably. That'd be neat. They came out with something like a rogue trader. I think it was called Rogue Trader. It came with a couple of rogue traders and some weird Nurgle people. And that was kind of neat. They're available to play in Kill Team. But that's about it. They should do a 40k Babies like the Muppet Babies. Absolutely. They did have 40k Chibis a while back. Yes, and I want them. I want the Space Marine, and I want the Sister of Battle. And I wouldn't say no to the Inquisitor. The Grey Knight looked a little derp. I mean, they all look derp, but I didn't think the Grey Knight looked good. Good derp. I think it looked bad derp.
Bad derp?
Bad derp.
Bad derp.
Not to be confused with Joe Dirt. I heard Joe Dirt 2 was horrible.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Joe Dirt 1 has its moments. David Spade.
You're a big fan of David Spade.
You know what? David Spade's fine.
He had his show Lights Out. That's not that bad.
There needs to be a Nurgle-themed My 600-Pound Life. Wow.
Jeez Louise. I think, let me look this up.
Ooh, are we actually doing research?
Oh, barely.
Usually we just spout nonsense, and then the chat lets us know. Or the comment section. How wrong we are.
Tim Dillon was on Lights Out.
Ah! Nice. Little TD.
Any show that has Tim Dillon is a show that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
It's a little sloppy right now, but I actually think the red is looking great next to the brown and the purple.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to highlight it all the way up to white. A Horus Heresy series on HBO done like Band of Brothers. That'd be amazing. But it'll never happen.
That's what I think about that.
Mm-hmm. I think that they should do 40k animated movies and TV shows. They could keep costs low-ish.
Netflix exclusive.
Netflix. Yeah, anyone can get a Netflix deal.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone. Somehow Netflix paid for Beastars, and it's coming out in Japan first. What the hell? I want to be watching that January 1st. But no.
Get a VPN and then learn Japanese.
Yeah. Have there been 40k Funko Pops? I mean, the little loaf of bread headed landfill fillers. There are 40k Funkos, and they all look bad. Just like almost all Funko Pops. Funkos are dumb.
You don't like them.
The only thing that's kind of neat about Funko is that they have so many different licenses. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you really like Disney and Alien and Lord of the Rings, you can have all of those guys sitting next to each other on your shelf. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of neat. Mm-hmm. But it's too bad that the art style looks like garbage.
I bet somebody right now, after saying that, looked over at their Funko Pops being upset.
Yeah. It was hilarious when the Walking Dead characters came out in Funko Pops, because they're all just person in jeans. And you can't tell them apart. That happens a lot at conventions too. Oh, are you like a school shooter? Or no, I'm Rick Grimes from Walking Dead. Oh, I didn't, because you're just wearing a t-shirt and a machine gun.
El Rondorio, I bought the Ultramarine Intercessor Funko Pop figure.
You know what? That one's not
Called
bad. I didn't know there was an Ultramarine one. I know there was an Imperial Fist one. Or maybe it was an Ultramarine one, and Miniac painted it as Imperial Fist. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It kind of helps that there's armor, so they don't just have the blank face of a regular Funko.
Yeah.
Anybody buy the Marneus Calgar comic book besides me? Ooh, I heard a fun rumor that they killed off Marneus Calgar, and that's apparently 100% false. But somebody reported it. I think it was probably on Bella Lost Souls.
That reporter should be fired.
TK 30 Prince. I just found out the name of the Terminator I'm painting is the Lightning Claw Terminators, but mine only have one claw. Are they metal? Because back in the metal days, they could take one Lightning Claw and another close combat weapon. Or anything, really.
There were no rules. You mean when the game was good?
Yeah. Oh, I saw a really funny post someone made when the new Star Wars movies were coming out, where someone said, the new Star Wars movie, written by the only person who truly understands Star Wars. You. Because that's very true. Every person was looking for something else out of Star Wars.
That's hilarious. Although I do think one day you will have a part in Star Wars.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna spray Lysol on the boots. No, that's would be my job. I'm not uncredited as a Lysol boot guy. Oh my goodness, I gotta tell you guys a gross story. So I was studying costume design, and I gave my actors a whole bunch of rehearsal shoes that were a match for the shoes they were going to be wearing when the show opened. And so I gave them to the stage manager in a plastic tote box, you know, for transportation, because they were moving from my shop to where they were going to be rehearsing. And so a few, like a week later, I'm sitting down in a meeting, and they're like, "Oh, Eric, do you have anything you could give us that, do you have anything you could give us, because the shoes are really starting to stink?" And I was saying, like, they shouldn't be. What are you talking about? After the end of every night of rehearsal, they would have the actors put all their shoes back in the tote, and they would close it. Oh. Yeah. I can't believe no one got, like, an infection or something.
Yeah.
Loved it.
It's pretty bad.
They killed off the original person as Calgar, and then the Calgar we know today was the Calgar's personal manservant. Oh, that's kind of neat. But the Calgar, who's the chapter master of the Ultramarines, has always been this other guy who stepped in as Calgar. The new Star Wars movies drove me to 40k. I like the new Star Wars movies. I don't think there's anything. There's, like, I don't know, they're not perfect, but no Star Wars movie's been perfect. They're silly. They're silly movies.
What are you saying?
I know. the Blinker Maximus, we had a debate about the Rise of Skywalker in a GW store and accidentally said that Chewie died a bit too loud. May have spoiled it for someone, but I hope not. Well, you didn't do anything wrong, because Chewie dies for about 2.5 minutes in that movie, which I think is kind of lame.
Dre Flores. The new Eons of Battle drove me to Miniac. Hashtag not my
Nice.
EOB.
Mm-hmm. The Blinker Maximus. Chewie died for about 30 seconds.
Ben Montgomery. Hey, cuties. How's it going?
It's going good. I'm painting a Primaris PSYKER. But a Primaris PSYKER that came out in 1996.
Did we? We didn't even talk about Star Wars yesterday at all, did we?
I don't think so.
So we're
Yeah.
we're getting back at it.
Yeah, I personally liked the comic, but the art is a bit too poppy for my taste. That's true. I can agree with that on the art style. The Salinator. The Rise of Skywalker would have been a great movie if Rey turned to the dark side. That would have been really fun. She would have kind of needed to turn to the dark side in eight though. I don't know. I'm glad Rey didn't turn to the dark side though, because I like Rey, and I don't want to see her be bad. TK's 3D prints. Holy crap! I just realized how many of these models I painted for selling. Red circle was an order and black tick in its paint job done. I don't even remember painting most of these.
In a blur. Painting in a blur.
The Rise of Skywalker would have been a great movie if it wasn't a movie. Like if it was a TV show? I think The Rise of Skywalker would have been a perfect movie if it was about an hour shorter.
Yeah. I
Other
do
than
think
that,
that's.
I think it was good.
I do think that it's like the 7 was normal length, and then weren't the last two just?
Yeah, I think
long?
they're both really long. Yes, yesterday was an organ donation and how a testy would get you 20 Warlord Titans.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, Chewie didn't die because there was a second ship, just like there was a second MacGuffin to find the Death Star throne room, just like there was a second boat to get out of the Death Star wreckage. A second boat to get out of the Death Star wreckage. Didn't everyone get out of the Death Star wreckage because there was like a little village of ex-stormtroopers? Dr. Trokel, what a bad movie. You take that back, Dr. Trokel. Do you even know what a bad movie is? I've seen Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Glittering spice lasers off the shoulder of Orion. El Rondorio. I've fallen asleep every time I try to watch Rise of Skywalker. I don't think Rise of Skywalker is any worse than any other Star Wars movie. It's way better than all 3 prequels.
Yep.
El Rondorio. I've seen Mom and Dad Save the World. There's some real bad movies out there. Ooh, TK Street Prince. I just found my Traitor Terminators, and I know I have 6 Cyclone Terminators in a tin somewhere. AR, I watched Cannibal Holocaust. Oh, Cannibal Holocaust sucks so much.
That's quite the name.
Mm-hmm. Zenubicue, hello! Just stopping by to say hi.
Hi!
A Boy and His Dog. A Boy and His Dog is fantastic. That's a great movie. I've seen The Happening because I only watch good movies. The Happening is a good movie. The Star Wars movies aren't sorted in chronological order. They are sorted in best to worst. That is completely false. Episode 9 is 2 billion times better than Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones stinks. Star Wars The Phantom Menace and Star Wars Attack of the Clones are so bad that you don't have to watch them. Like if you're binging Star Wars, you can just skip them and still know exactly what's going on. Mm-hmm. They didn't matter. Ooh, TK Street Prince. I need to find the upper half of my Chaos Dreadnought with heavy plasma gun and power claw. Holy cow, that sounds amazing. Is this an old metal model too, or are you just talking about the new Chaos Dread? Because if you have an old metal Chaos Dread with plasma gun, you might want to pop that sucker on eBay and make a fortune.
Yes, old ones, metal.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I like the M. Night Shyamalan movies. Even the M. Night Shame on You ones. I like M. Night movies too. They're not even when they're bad, they're entertaining for the most part. It's hard actually to find really bad movies because you just turn them off. Like they suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like movies like Birdemic, Shock and Terror, or Troll 2 are horrible movies that are fun to watch. Mm-hmm. You know, movies like The Room. That Arnold movie where he's pregnant.
When he was the governor?
No. No, he wasn't pregnant then.
Oh, okay.
The Blinker Maximus. I gotta go now. It's 4 a.m. and I'm tired. Enjoy talking about perfect school shooters and Star Wars and more.
Nailed it.
El Rondorio Jr. Yes, that is the movie where he has a bun in the oven. Ooh, speaking of a bun in the oven, it's that time, folks.
Yeah. Dr. Grogel, no, the maid was pregnant when Arnold was governor.
Mm-hmm. All right, but I got red on all the red bits.
Yeah.
And you know what that means? It means they go faster.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of go faster, video out tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have a video out yesterday. And then we're going to be doing on Thursday a New Year's Eve stream.
Yeah.
Going into New Year's Day. Big old stream.
Crazy.
Both be painting. Multiple cameras.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So join us for that.
The Salinator, will you show your armies? Well, you can see all of my armies, including every model I've ever painted, in the video, every model I've ever painted on the channel.
Yeah. It's a good video.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Good night.
Good night.